Hello everyone to a new session of the National Education Cycle for ISEC in Portugal, and I hope you take the best out of this space. So today we're going to be talking about the GTA subproducts and job descriptions, and more specifically talking about our IGTA as ISEC in Portugal. And before we start, just to let you know, this is your FASI, it's your MCVP ICX for the term 23-24. And talking about the objectives for this session, so first thing first is I want you to understand what are the CD subproducts and understand the GD and workfields, but this is mostly specific for the subproducts that we currently run in ISEC in Portugal and that are mostly attractive for our IR partners. So some things that you should know that currently in our entity we run only IGTA. We don't run IGTE, Global Teacher, as a program. And currently we have 3 LCs that are running IGTA short term, and only 3 LCs. We used to have 4 in the past semester, now we only have 3. And we have 2 LCs running IGTA long term, and also the MC is running IGTA long term. So we have also national projects for the MC for IGTA long term. So let's talk about IGTA short term for a bit. Let's talk about what do we have in it. So talking about some subproducts that we have. First thing is the BD, business development, and in the BD we have different positions that and different job descriptions that we can open for the EPs to apply for. So first thing first is the business developer, and mainly the job description and the role description overall is that the intern will be working on developing and managing partnerships to enable the creation of relationships that facilitate the growth of both parties. So we're talking about person that will be managing partnerships, making sure they grow, making sure they're all sustainable, making sure that everyone's fulfilling their part, etc. And you can see the job description below. I will not be reading it because it's very specific, and when you say specific, because this job description needs to be implemented the way it is with our opportunity providers or from the side of our EPs. The second part is the sales representative. So we're talking about a person who will be working on providing complete and appreciate solution for each client in order to drive revenue growth, customer acquisition levels, and profitability. So we're talking about B2B. It's mostly about B2C. So person will be working with the customers in a direct way and trying to cover up for their problems, for the bottlenecks they are facing in working with the company that the intern will be having the internship in. Second part, it is second subproduct, which is the business administration. And in this part, we talk about business analysis as a first. So the business analysis is going to be responsible as the key interface between the user and the project manager. Like the role generally is to gather information, document processes, confirm the final documents with user. So we're talking about a person that will be the main link point between both the user and the project manager or the company overall. And you will also find below like the job description. As for the second part, which is the customer service, which is something that we usually keep getting like a lot of applicants for this because the requirements are not that big for this kind of positions, generally for business administration. And for customer service, so the representative will be responsible for assisting customers and with inquiries related to the company, products, and services. So basically, this person will take responsibility to guide the customers through the whole process and to make sure they are satisfied with with the products of the company. They are satisfied with working with that company and solve any kind of problems they were having, and try to make sure that they keep working and they stay attached to the company business and using their product. And as also you will find the job description below in much more details on what will be the job description in a specific way. For the next subproduct, which is marketing, and we're talking about first thing digital marketing. So in this part, the intern will be working on analyzing, measuring, and creating strategies to increase traffic on the startup's website. So at the same time, you will develop and manage digital campaigns in social networks. So we're talking about a person who will be managing overall the marketing strategies, campaigns of the company, and trying to implement them and make sure they are most efficient for the company in order to make more reach or in order to make more business, let's say. And as for the next part, which is graphic designer, and as you know, like the job description already speaks for itself, but in this area, the intern will work on creating print and digital content to meet the growth expectations of the startup. So we're talking about person who will be creating the content that the digital marketers will be using it into just creating the strategies and to attract more people to the business. So basically, the graphic designer will be working on creating content that attracts much people and that meets expectations of our customers, the ones that we are trying to attract as much as possible to the business of the company. And these were the projects that for IGTA short term, that are the projects that we mostly run, and the projects that are our focus in terms of opens and work with our stakeholders in our ecosystem. But we talk about IGTA long term, and it's much more projects. So first thing is the business development. So it's the same part of the GTA short term, and basically the same job description. So business developer that will be working on developing and managing the partnerships, and the sales representative will be working on the B2C part and working with the clients to solve the solutions. It's close to be like an account manager, but it's sales representative that will be facilitating the process to sell and for the clients to get the products. And which leads to the next part, which is the account manager, and it will be responsible for closing sales and building relationships with new clients. So it's the account manager that's responsible for creating long-term relation with the customers, and that they keep always being attached to the company and to the business, and they keep always consuming the same products, and to keep them growing in terms of using the products overall. And as for the marketing, so first thing is the same as the GT short term, which is digital marketing and working on creating strategies and working synergies to implement a clear timeline and strategy to attract as much as possible of people and customers that can be interested in the business. And the market research analysis was going to be responsible for scanning the market conditions to analyze possible sales of a service or a product. So we're talking about a person that will be doing basically market research and market analysis to understand what we can offer to the market, what the market needs, and to align supply and demand in order to make sure the company is providing the product that our society or our market use and need at this moment. So it's not a waste to make it. Also talking about the product manager, so it's responsible for planning execution through the product life cycle, and so it's including gathering, prioritizing the product and customer requirements, defining product vision. So it's all about creating the map of the projects and the growth map of the project, so how it should be of the product and how it should be established, how we should start it, and in which acts that we should tackle, how to build it, how to make it happen. All of the life cycle of the product that will be managed by this person. Also, we're talking about employer branding. So it's going to be a specialist who's responsible for brand awareness strategies and content generation for various requirement marketing, social media channels, and executing sourcing strategies aligned for talent acquisition goals. And the second part, which is the business administration, and we're talking about first the customer services, which is the same as in the GTA short term, and we're talking about assisting customers with inquiries related to the company, product, services. So we're talking about a person who will take care of the relation of the company with the customer, trying to support them through the process. And second, we're talking about the human resources, and HR assistant is responsible for handling the daily administrative and HR duties for the organization. So they'll be working, they will assist HR managers with recruitment, record maintenance, and payroll processing, and provide clerical support to all employees. So we're talking the basic HR work that most of you already know. And the business analysis so is responsible for acting as the key interface between the user and the project manager. So it's the same thing as the GT charter. That will be a person who will take the role and the responsibility to align between the company and the project, and between the user and the project managers. So they will be to make sure that our business is aligned to the needs of our customers. And talking about engineering, so we're talking first thing about mechanical engineering, and is responsible for developing, designing, building, testing, and even inspecting mechanical devices and systems. So it's all the kind of hard skills that we study as mechanical engineers. And the second thing is the electrical engineering, and it's all about understanding projects of the electronic board development by aligning to be the global design support the electronic domain team and product development. So we're talking about person that will be taking care of the whole process that is related to electronics of the company. Talking about IT, so IT, and first thing which is the developers, and first thing is the front end developer, and that will take care the client facing side of the web application. So it's the interface that the client will be seeing when he goes through the website or the web application, and the backend developer that will take care of working on the server, the coding, and all of the things that are related to the programming of the programming of the website, the application, and all of those that needs to be calculated on the backstage, so that the interface and the front end will be in a good scene, let's say. So also talking for in the IT side, it's about software developers, and it's responsible for creating internal programs that can help business to be more efficient. And also we have the web developers that will be responsible for designing and coding and maintaining the work of the websites, and make sure they don't bug, make sure that they are more suitable and friendly user suitable, let's say. And also the full stack web developer, which is responsible for designing user interactions on websites, developing servers or database for website functionalities, and coding for mobile platforms. Basically, they are computer programmers who are proficient in both front and back end coding. So it's a person that do both back end and front end at the same time. And when we talk about IGTA of Isaac in Portugal, these are like the approvals that we've made in the past semester. And we had like 6 approvals for the marketing and digital manager, and 3 approvals for the IT and web development, 1 approval for BA in customer support, 1 for HR and BA, also business administration, 6 for business development, 1 for sales representative in PT, 1 for finance, 1 for marketing and market research, and 3 for marketing and product management. And yes, these were like the approvals that you've made in the past semester, and these are like the sub-projects that we focused on, which are sub-products that are basically these are the sub-products that our market allows us to run because of the capacity and because of the type of IR partners that we currently work with. And for you to know that the GT can change from a company to another, like the GT is not absolutely strict, like the company can add things, can change things, depends on the availability of the spots that they have for the intern. So it's very flexible, not 100% flexible, but it has like an average of flexibility. For the moment, we don't have a financial model for midterm opportunities, therefore we're sticking to short and long term. So for now, in our national campaign, we don't have like a financial model for the midterm projects. So basically, our project for GT now are either short term or long term. So it's either 2 months or more than 6 months. Less than that, it's not like if it's more than 2 months and less than 6 months, so it's considered as midterm, and we cannot really run it in our entity at the moment. You can check more details about the job description in this tool. So I left you a tool so you can check if you need something to check more details. You will find more relevant and more projects to understand better about the reality. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for attending this session. Thank you for hearing. If you need anything, you can approach me. This is my email. This is my WhatsApp. So you can approach me whenever you need. And good luck. Thank you. Bye bye.